Good evening, Rita ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. உங்களோட ஆடியோ ஒர்க்கா ஆன் பண்ணிடுங்க மேம்.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா?
Good evening, Rita ma'am.
Ma'am. எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
Yes, ma'am. We are all fine, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Nice to meet you, ma'am, after so long time.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
சபர்மதி மேம், அபி மேம் வந்து என்னோட சிஸ்டர், எங்க கைடோட டாட்டர் அவங்க.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I know, ma'am. I know the connection. Already, ma'am mentioned about it.
Yes, ma'am. So, shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Vidya, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Yes, ma'am. Kani, ma'am.
One more. I'm adding this laptop. Can you please add?
Good evening, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
My mobile phone. The other one is to present. I am connecting my laptop. Can you please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
If any Auxilium college staff members are here, 1 or 2 can leave the Gmeet and join the streaming. So already the Gmeet is full.
I'm just connecting now, ma'am, with the name.
For internal participants, if anybody is here in the meet, 1 or 2 members can leave the meet and please join YouTube live streaming. Since the meet is full, kindly cooperate.
Ma'am, you can log in now. One left.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Shall we start, ma'am?
I'm connecting my laptop.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we'll have a
prayer song.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. We'll start, ma'am.
A warm good evening to everyone present here. I'm Dr. Vidya, Assistant Professor of Zoology. A good start always starts with a prayer. With a note of welcome to the 5 days national level online FDP on Beyond Boundaries, Driving Innovation in Research, organized by the Research Cell and IPR of Auxilium College in collaboration with the Northeast Institute of Social Studies, Dimapur, Nagaland. Let's begin the FDP program with prayer. Let's seek the guidance, wisdom, and blessings of Lord Almighty.
And we've gathered here today. We've gathered here to pray. Hear our cry. Oh Lord, we need your mercy and we need your grace today. rises to heaven, may your glory fill the earth as the waters cover the sea. See our hearts and remove anything that is standing in the way of coming to you today. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Our Father, hear us from
We embark today's session with a renewed energy and positivity in our pursuit of knowledge to inspire the students we serve. Dr. A. Sabarmati, Assistant Professor of Mathematics and Dean of Research and IPR Cell, Auxilium College, will now propose the welcome address. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to this national level faculty development program on Beyond Boundaries, Driving Innovation in Research, organized by Committee for Research Ethics, Publication and IPR, Auxilium College, Autonomous, Vellore, Tamil Nadu, in collaboration with Northeast Institute of Social Sciences and Research, Dimapur, Nagaland. We are honored to have such a distinguished gathering of experts, scholars, and educators from various institutions across the country. A warm welcome to Dr. Sister Mary Gostin Rani, the Secretary, Auxilium College, Dr. Sister Orokia Jaisili, the Principal, Auxilium College, Dr. Father C.P. Anto, the Principal, Northeast Institute of Social Sciences and Research, Dr. Sister Amala Valarmati, the Vice Principal, Auxilium College. Your continuous support is a testament to your commitment to academic excellence and innovation. A special welcome to our resource person, Dr. Rita, Professor and Head, Department of Statistics, Periyar University, Salem, Tamil Nadu. Ma'am earned her BSc from Holy Cross College, Trichy in 2000, her MSc and MPhil in Statistics from Periyar Evia College, Bharatidasan University in 2002 and 2003 respectively, and her PhD in Statistics from Bharatidasan University in 2010. She has 19 years of teaching experience. She worked as an assistant professor in ICFA College, National College, Dindigul, from 2005 to 2007. From 2007 to 2017, worked in VIT University, Vellore, in various levels such as assistant professor, senior assistant professor, and associate professor, currently serving as a professor and head in the Department of Statistics, Periyar University, Salem, Tamil Nadu. Her area of specialization is statistics, statistical quality control, Six Sigma, official statistics, biostatistics. Ma'am has published more than 25 research papers in reputed peer-reviewed journals. She is serving as the editor and reviewer in different journals. She guided 4 MPhil scholars and 2 PhD scholars. 2 scholars have been awarded PhD degree under guidance. Thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation to share your expertise and insights with us. Ma'am, Your contributions will undoubtedly enrich our discussions and inspire new ideas. To all the faculty members and research scholars, we extend a special welcome. Your passion for research and learning is what drives us to push beyond boundaries. And we are excited to have you on board for this journey. Over the next 4 days, we will be exploring our frontiers of innovation in research, sharing best practices, and learning from each other's experiences. We have an exciting lineup of speakers, lectures, and discussions that will challenge our thinking, inspire creativity, and foster collaboration. We believe that this program will not only enhance your research skills, but also provide a platform for networking, idea sharing, and building lasting connections. Once again, thank you for joining us on this exciting journey. We look forward to learning, growing, and innovating together. Thank you all. Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am, for a wonderful welcome. We now request our resource person to take up the dais.
Thank you, ma'am. Sharing?
No, ma'am.
Sharing is not permitted, ma'am?
Ma'am, you can share, ma'am. It's permitted. We are not able to see. You can.
Kavita ma'am, sharing option கொஞ்சம் enable பண்ணிடுங்களேன்.
Okay.
Kavita ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Now you can share, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It is visible.
Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll start our presentation. First of all, I would like to thank the authorities of Auxilium College and the principal, vice principal sisters, and the dean, Dr. Sabarmati ma'am, and the organizers, and my dear sister Abhi, and for all of you, a warm good evening, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to be here on this day. I also welcome all the participants and professors from the college and from the other colleges and departments, and the research scholars and students. Welcome. So today, I just prepared the slides to enhance the foundations. Okay, so the very basic level foundation things only I am going to discuss. This will enable the scholars or the project students, whoever it is, to understand the nature of data, and they'll come to know what type of analysis we can do with what type of data. In this sense only, I have prepared this PPT. So if you are interested, later we'll have some detailed and deep discussions with this. Okay, so let us go with this for the another 1 hour. Then you can ask your doubts. So let us be clear with the foundation today. So our topic is this. What I have given is the data types and descriptive statistics, a qualitative and quantitative approach. That is the title I have given. So this is the general title.
Rita ma'am,
Yes.
Start slideshow presentation, ma'am. Slideshow.
Yes,
Slideshow from current slide, ma'am. From top menu also you can choose slideshow from current slide.
1 minute, ma'am. Now it is visible, no?
Presentation is visible, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, just press F5, ma'am. F5.
F5, ma'am.
You press F5.
It is working with the laptop, but
No, the screen is not shared now.
Yes, ma'am.
again it is asking me to join.
Yes, ma'am. Share it again, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm joining, ma'am. Now it is visible, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Screen is not shared, ma'am.
One minute. Okay, should I connect from WhatsApp?
Okay, ma'am.
It's not getting connected, ma'am.
Abhi, ma'am.
Entire screen I am giving, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now it is visible, ma'am.
No, better you can start, ma'am.
Rita ma'am, if you send the PPT, shall I share it?
Yes, ma'am.
Then will you send it in WhatsApp?
Yeah, I'm sending WhatsApp. I'm sending this PPT to Abhi, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Abhi, ma'am.
Yes, 1 minute, ma'am. Ma'am, is it sharing? Kavita ma'am?
Ma'am, open the PowerPoint presentation, ma'am. Your screen is visible.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Visible, ma'am.
Yes, now it's visible.
Ma'am, go to slide number 3, ma'am.
Ma'am, it is.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Correct. Third slide. Let us come, ma'am.
Correct. So, what is statistics? So, very fundamental definition I am giving. I am not giving the definitions given by the statisticians or the scientists. Okay, very simple definition I am giving for a beginner of any research or research project. Okay, so this is nothing but the collection of data and how we are characterizing the data and how to present and how to interpret the result. This is the idea. Okay, so with the help of statistics, we can do the collection of data information. You can organize, classify or summarize the data, and you can present in the desired form, and you can infer some result from it. Okay, this is the idea. Okay, why we are making use of statistics. Audible?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So next slide. You can go one by one. Yeah. Fourth slide. So the statistical method, we are classifying this into one is a descriptive statistics, the other one is the inferential statistics. So descriptive statistics is nothing but that how we are describing the data. Okay, you can take it in the sense how we are describing the data. The slide number 5, madam. So this descriptive statistics involved slide number 6. Descriptive statistics involves the collection of data, how to present the data, how to categorize the data, and the purpose is just to describing the data. And what is inferential statistics? It involves the estimation. Next slide, ma'am. Go fast. Slide number 7. Slide number 7. So the inferential statistics is estimating something for the from the population. We are estimating something with the help of sample, and we are doing the hypothesis testing whether to accept or reject the inference. Okay, the purpose, make decisions about population characteristic. That is inferential statistics. So some fundamental elements. Go to slide number 8. the fundamental elements of statistics. So we need to know the following things. What is an experimental unit? Experimental unit is nothing but object upon which we can collect data. So that is the interest of the subject matter expert or the researcher. And population, all items of interest. Go to slide number 8, then 9. So in other words, we used to call this as aggregate of entities which are animated or inanimated under study. That is population. Variable, the characteristic of an individual experimental unit, and sample is the representative subset of the population. And what is statistical inference? Estimate or prediction or generalization about a population based on information contained in a sample. Measure of reliability, that is the statement or usually the qualified degree of uncertainty associated with the statistical inference. So these are some fundamental things you should know before doing any project or research work. Go to slide number 10, madam. Go fast. So what is data? Data is nothing but the set of information. So singular, datum. So data is itself is plural. So categories of data in when we say in research, what type of data you used, then you will say either it is a primary data or it is a secondary data. So that is the description I have given. Data types is different. Here I am talking about what type of data we are using with our research. No, so it may be of primary or secondary in nature. And data set is nothing but data for a set of variable collection in group of persons. Data table is nothing but a data set organized into a table with one column for each variable and one row for each person. In other words, if you use a SPSS or Excel sheet, this will be in the table form. Or if you use the data as it is from a repository or from any other source, it is mentioned with the extension CSV. CSV is nothing but comma separated value. Okay, so your data may be of any type, either it may be given in a table or this may be with the CSV format. CSV is nothing but comma separated value. So it is like a matrix. So go to next slide. A typical data table for our understanding. Okay, this is nothing but a patient is inquiring in a hospital. So patient means they come with a complaint, right? So when they come, first the nurse or whoever it is, who the attender they will talk about, they will give one number. If the patient record is available, they will ask your patient record number or they will give you a new record number. Then they will ask your age, your gender, then your height, weight, then temperature, normally they check. And after this corona period, they are checking, they are monitoring the oxygen level and other things, pulse rate, everything they are checking. Slide number 12. Yeah. So this is how we record the details of a patient. So the definitions are, go to the next slide. Age stands for the age in years. BMI is nothing but body mass index, and FFNU is the average number of times eating fast food in a week. And the temperature is the high body temperature of the year of the day, and gender then exercise level, they are doing low, medium or high, what is the level they are doing. And the last question is, what is your satisfaction rating for this biostatistics session? So they have given the rating with the very satisfied, somewhat satisfied, neutral, somewhat dissatisfied and satisfied. This is the description of the table we have given here. Okay, record, age, BMI, then the fast food taking behavior and the temperature, gender, exercise level, and the question regarding the biostatistician's record. Okay, come to the next slide. Here we come across, in the table, we come across various data. Age is in number. It is a measurable quantity because it is time-based. BMI is again a measurable quantity only. So the height and weight, this is based on your height and weight. And the other one is a count, the average number of times. The average number of times eating fast food. So count. Hospital patient table, no? Patient record table. We can classify those data in the following categories. Slide number 14. Slide number 14. When collecting or gathering data, we collect data. Go to the slide number 16. Now, see, the data can be classified as, generally, it is classified as categorical or scale. Categorical, we can call it as qualitative. The other one is quantitative. Quantitative is nothing but the scale data. So, the qualitative may be numeric in type or non-numeric in type. The quantitative type data is strictly a numerical data. Further, we are classifying the data into nominal, ordinal. Qualitative, that is the categorical data, into nominal or ordinal data. The quantitative data into interval and ratio. So now let us see few terminologies. Go to the next slide. Slide number 19. Slide number 19. 19. Yeah. So qualitative data analysis. Here, the analysis is circular or non-linear, iterative or progressive, close interaction with the data, data collection and analysis are simultaneous, level of analysis varies, users. Yes, ma'am, anything you want to say?
No, ma'am, you can continue.
Okay. So go to the next slide, ma'am. We are just talking about the qualitative data nature. So next slide. So initially, we can collect the data through observation or through interview or by documenting or recording. We can collect the data. Then we have to do the reduction of data, selection, focusing, simplifying and abstracting. Sometimes we may come across, even with the interview session, we can come across some data. So you have to reduce the unwanted information and you have to focus on only what you need. Okay, you need to number that data. Okay, we can say even labeling with a number. Okay, we can say in that way. Okay, so we are just giving a label, but with a number we are giving that label. Okay, we are assigning to that label. Okay, so in that way we have to give a representation or a labeling to the information which is shared with the interview or through oral discussion. Okay. Then data display. Later, we have to give the data in a CSV format or with a tabulated form. Okay, table. With a table we can give. Then finally, we can make graphs and we can do charts. Then we can do the appropriate analysis for that qualitative data. With the qualitative data, we cannot do much analysis, but some of the important analysis in economics, logic, probit model, in those models, gender is just a nominal label, but we use that nominal data as a dependent variable when we do some analysis in terms of wages. Okay, so labeling is very important. That is what I'm saying. Now, go to the next slide. Slide number 22, categorical data. The objects being studied are grouped into categories based on some qualitative trait. For example, the eye colors, the smoking habit, the attitude towards the death penalty, kind of, it is just labeling. Okay, we are categorized the information. We are just giving some labels to that category. That is the idea. Okay, categorical means nothing but it is a label. If it is just a label, there is nothing to compare or nothing to say. Here eye color means it is any color. Skin color means it is a color. That's all. You cannot compare it. So when a label is not having any scaling in nature, then it is called nominal. Okay, it is just a categorical tag. It is kind of tag we are giving, labeling, that's all. So labels are just nominal data like gender, blood group, and the community we used to say. So all those things comes under nominal category. But the same labels are in order. Okay, when you are able to make an ordering with the label. Okay, I told you nominal is nothing but the unordered category, but labeling it, when you are able to order that label, then this will fall under ordinal data. Go to slide number 23 and 24. Go to slide number 23 and 24. So, a type of categorical data in which objects fall into unordered categories, that is nominal data. Studies measuring nominal data must ensure that each category is mutually exclusive and the system of measurement needs to be exhaustive. Variables that have only two responses are yes or no type. We used to call this as dichotomous. Go to slide number 27. Slide number 27. The ordinal data. Slide number 27. Ordinal data.
Vidya ma'am. Rita ma'am, you can continue. I'll make Vidya ma'am to change it.
So ordinal is nothing but ordinal data is data that comprises of categories that can be ranked or ordered. Okay. For example, if you go to CMC, so simple example only I am giving. When you go to first time to the emergency department, no, they will give you 3 types of slips to fill. One is a pink slip, one is yellow, the other one is a blue slip. Normally you get these 3. So this pink slip represents the urgency. So you will be treated within half an hour to 1 hour. So that means, see, color does matters. Here they just giving a ranking. Pink slip means the patient is in a very emergency condition, so they should be attended immediately. That is the meaning for that pink slip. That yellow slip is somewhat they can be manageable and they will be treated within an hour or 2 hours. And this blue slip or green slip, no? So that means it is a kind of fever or any kind of illness that can be in a manageable condition. So one by one we can treat. Okay. So based on the order or the admission number, we can treat slowly, but within a short span of time, within 3 hours or something like that, it will be treated. Okay. So at times this color does matters. So when you are able to order that label, that it is just a categorical data only, it is just a label only, color is a label, but this color has some meaning. In the same way, you are asking, a patient is asked to mention the smoking status. So they may give smoker or non-smoker. That is the categorization they give. So smoker means they need to be taken care. That is the idea. Non-smoker means it is fine. So no other complications we can say. In the same way, alcoholic. If they are alcoholic, then it is fine. Further, this can be classified as very frequently. If they are taking alcohol, means they will ask the frequency, very frequently, or once in a day, twice, once in a week, or once in a month, or occasional alcohol taker or a social drinker, we can say. So the same label is nothing but it's a categorical, I said. So with this categorical label, we are saying this person is labeled with a kind of order. So very serious, manageable, or a normal patient, like this. If we are able to order, then it is called the ordered data, ordered category, we can say. So we used to call this as ordinal data. So what is the possible test or analysis we can do here is a Spearman's rank test. And when we talk about the inferential statistics, we can do a Friedman's test. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Some examples are given in slide number 28. And now the slide number is 29. This is one example for nominal and ordinal data. Now come to the next slide, the quantitative data. So the quantitative data classified into two categories. One is a interval, the other one is a ratio type data. So before going to that, let us see some examples for this. The definition: the objects being studied or measured based on some quantitative trait. The resulting data or set of numbers. Some examples are pulse rate, height, age, exam marks, time to complete a test, number of cigarettes smoked. Go to slide number 30. Next slide. So a quantitative data can be measured through a proper device. Okay. And that data may be expressed with the standard unit of measurement. For example, turnaround time. All time-based measurements are quantitative in nature. Height. We can say in centimeters or inches, whatever it is, in feet, whatever it is. And weight, maybe in kilograms or in pounds, we can say. And money, we can say rupees, dollar, right? Pounds, yen, kind of things, no? So standard unit of measurement we need to express. So rupees means we have a symbol, right? So the standard height means centimeters. We used to mention with the centimeters. Then kilometers. Kilometers means we normally say kilometer per hour, no? So kilometer per hour, that is the kind of expression we give. So that can be measured through a proper device with the which will be expressed with the standard unit of measurement. Okay, that is called the quantitative data. Okay, please go to slide number 32. Further, the quantitative data classified into interval and ratio. So before explaining the interval data, I will explain the ratio data, so you can easily understand. Ratio is nothing but when we measure a variable, a true zero exists. Okay, when we talk about ratio data, there is a true zero base. There exists a true zero base. Whereas for interval data, that zero takes an arbitrary position. That is the difference between these two. I'll tell you the example. If you are asking a question to your mother, how many children you have? They say, if they have 2 children, 2, 3 means 3. If they are newly married, they say 0, right? That 0 has a true meaning. Okay, that 0 is the base. If you have the true zero base, then we call it as ratio type data. Whereas the same 0 is taking an arbitrary position. For example, see, we are every year we are meeting so many new students, right? So those students are from various schools. Some are from government school. Some are from very interior villages, tribal schools. Some are from matriculation. Some students are from an international school. Some may studied from abroad. Okay, so every year we are meeting so many new faces. After your the bridge course gets over, no, the first induction program, you are serving. You are just giving a survey record. Okay, so you are taking a questionnaire and they are asking them to mention how the induction program goes on. Okay, what is your perception? You are asking the perception. So the rating may be like very much, or we can say dissatisfied. Okay, highly dissatisfied, that is 0, and dissatisfied is 1, neutral is 2, and satisfied is 3, and very much satisfied is 4. Okay, 0 to 4 we are giving, that neutral is 2. Okay, now a tribal school student, where he fixes his 0. From 0 you are measuring. Okay, you leave that 0, you are taking the scaling from 1 to 5. Okay, 1 is dissatisfied, highly dissatisfied, 2 is dissatisfied, 3 is neutral, 4 is satisfied, and 5 is highly satisfied, and 0 is nothing. Okay, here 0 does not have any meaning. Okay, now you are asking a tribal student. Okay, for example, every day you are giving some tea, snacks, and a working lunch, and you are giving lot of inputs. Okay, ice breaking session, everything you are giving. So a tribal school student with a local language and the official language, you are giving training. Okay, so both you are giving. So what is the perception behind the international board student and the tribal school student? Okay, so they both will not choose the same zero base. Can you understand? They both are taken the same induction program, but based on the past experience, their perception, they fix the zero in an arbitrary position. It is not same for an international student and a tribal school student. Can you understand? So what is the existence of true zero? That is the thing I am saying. So a ratio data has a true zero base, whereas the interval data takes an arbitrary zero. That is the thing I want to discuss. So slide number 31 and 32. If you see, you can understand this. Slide number 31 and 32. Further, as a statistician, we come across in the first year, first semester, they just say discrete frequency distribution and continuous frequency distribution. That is the thing we start from, right? So further, the ratio data are classified into two categories. One is the discrete data, the other one is the continuous data. So discrete means the counts. Count means just the numbers from 0, 1, 2 with the equal gap. We just count the number. Only certain values are possible. There are gaps between the possible values, implies counting. Okay, whereas the continuous data is nothing but with a fine enough measuring device implies measuring. So that is the continuous data. Okay, that is the difference between discrete and continuous. Counts and measures. That's all. So next slide. This is how it takes. Next slide. So these are some examples of discrete. Number of children in a family, number of students passing a test, number of crimes reported, number of bicycles sold or theft case, whatever it is. Okay. Whereas in continuous, we have age, height, weight, BP, etc. So all these are scale. That is fine. It's a scale data only, but this can be measured through a proper device or a time-based measurement, which can be expressed with a standard unit of measurement. Okay. Any time-based data may be expressed with a minute, hour, or day, month, quarter, like that. It will be mentioned. And height in centimeters or feet, whatever it is, weight in kilograms or pound, not pounds, pound. So like that, this can be measured through a proper device and expressed with the standard unit of measurement only. That is called the continuous data. So next slide, the relationship between variables. This is how we are classifying. So if you take a SPSS sheet, you will see only three types. One is a nominal, ordinal, the other one is a ratio data. Okay, so the quantity data comes under ratio. All this interval and ordinal type comes under ordinal only. And nominal data is just a label. So this is how you will find in the SPSS sheet, one column will be there. In that column, you have to mention what type of data it is, whether it is a nominal data or ordinal data or a ratio data. So the ratio data as a whole considered as scale data or the quantity data. So this is the hierarchy of the data order. Next slide. So nominal data, next slide. The The nominal data is the least complex and give a simple measure of whether objects are the same or different. That's it. Ordinal data maintains the principles of nominal data but adds measure to order or rank. The interval data builds an ordinal by adding more information on the range between each observation by allowing us to measure the distance between objects. Ratio data adds to interval with including an absolute zero. So this is the difference. This is the hierarchical order of data. Now the quantitative data analysis. The quantitative analysis is a scientific approach to managerial decisions where raw data are processed and manipulated to produce meaningful information. Raw data, this will be taken to the next level and this will be quantified. Then we have to derive the meaningful information. Quantification of data. Next slide, 43. The numerical representation and manipulation of observation for the purpose of describing and explaining the phenomena that those observations reflect. So the data preparation, that is slide number 44. Slide number 44. So once you get the data, first you have to do the editing work. So data must be inspected for the completeness and the consistency. Okay, that is editing. Then missing data, elimination of any question or whatever it is, you have to check whether there is any missing data. Then coding and data entry involves the quantification, that is the process of converting data into numerical form. Then data transform, changing data into new format. So I told you any information to be converted with a number. So even it is a label, that label should be given a number, given with a number. Then only you can feed the data. That means you can take the data for further analysis. Go to next slide. Type of variables. So you can do the analysis with one variable or with the two variables or with the several variables. We can call it as multivariate. So if you consider only one variable, then it is called univariate analysis. If you consider two, then bivariate analysis. If you consider more variables, then this will be multivariate analysis. So now you will understand the importance of data types. Go to next slide. The data type or the level of measurement influences the type of statistical analysis or the techniques that can be used when analyzing the data. So if you have only the labels, only the category, what is the analysis you can do? Of course, you can do a tabulation, a simple pie diagram or a bar diagram. Then with the rank label, you can do a rank test. Then you can do a inference with the Friedman's test. And further, the nominal data, at some places, we can do logistic regression. Logistic regression. So with the help of a label, if you are able to understand the reality of a societal problem, then we can use a nominal value, nominal type data as a dependent variable. Okay, so in such a case also you can use a nominal data. So you should know the nature of data. That is what I am saying. So with the nominal data, you can do some restricted analysis only. With the ordinal data, nominal data, normally you do, the social science students do the chi-square test, the contingency table. Normally we do know. So that is the available inferential statistics for handling a nominal type data. And ordinal, already I told you. And with the ratio data, you can do all sort of statistical analysis. Right from the averages to final inferential statistics you can do with ANOVA, one way, two way, further statistical treatments like correlation analysis, regression analysis, and any kind of predictions, everything you can do with the help of the ratio data. So go to the next slide. What are the appropriate graphs we can use for those data types? If it is a nominal data, you can use a simple pie diagram or a bar chart, simple bar chart. If it is ratio, then you can use a histogram. Use a histogram. Go to slide number 52. So if it is continuous in nature, then you can do a histogram like this. So once you understand the logic of histogram, you will come to the whether the data spread is symmetric or not. You can easily understand whether it is normally distributed or not. So whatever test you do, they say, the statisticians say, whether the data is normally distributed, whether you check for the normality, like that they ask. So once you understand the concept behind the histogram, you will understand the application of normality. Okay, so histogram is for continuous data. Next, box plot I will explain. If you have the year-wise data or any time-based data, then you have to use line graph. Line graph will help you to understand the trend. So if you want to know the trend, then you have to use the line graph. Now I'm explaining one more, that is, go to the slide number 56. Go to slide number 56. So whatever analysis you do to test the outlier detection. So many computer science students, you use the outlier detection or to find the distance between the data spread. Then the output shows only the box whisker plot. See slide number 57. You will see this kind of output everywhere when you do outlier detection and all. So to understand this graph, you need to understand the basic calculations behind this. So here we are using the concept of central tendency and dispersion. In this box plot, if you want to understand the box plot, you should understand what is measure of central tendency, what is dispersion. Okay, I'll tell you with a very simple example. I will tell you. 1 minute. Come to the slide number 70. So simply in your class, you are asking what is your percentage. If you want to see who is the better performer in the completed semester, past semester, then they will say the percentage. They say, ma'am, this is the percentage I got. So what is that? That is the average of the individual student, right? So what they are actually computing, they are just computing the mathematical average. Mathematical average is nothing but the arithmetic mean here, right? So the measure of central tendency is nothing but a single value that represents the characteristics of the entire data set. That is the meaning. So central tendency means that is the central value. Central value is nothing but a single value that represents the characteristics of the entire data set. Okay, So this can be classified into, one is a mathematical average, the other one as a positional average. We used to call, this is the classification, basic classification of the central tendency. So mathematical averages are nothing but the arithmetic mean, harmonic mean and geometric mean. And the positional averages are the median and mode. But the most commonly used measurements are the mean, median and mode. Mean is nothing but the mathematical average, and the median and mode are the positional averages. So if you want to do a proper analysis, you need to have the entire data set. The data set should be full. There should be no missing value. There should not be any fluctuations in the data. That is what I said. Normality is very important. You need to check the normality, I said. So if you want to use the mathematical average, your data must have those quality. Okay. But if you have some very important information, but the data is not complete, then you need to use the median. Median is nothing but the positional average. So if the data is highly fluctuating or some data are missing, but still if you want to compute some information from that, then you have to arrange those data into order, in ascending order or descending order, and then you have to pick out the middle value. So that is called the median. That is the mid position. Based on the position you are picking. But even without doing that, if you want to know the average as a whole, with the normally the subject matter experts do, okay, in the industry and everywhere they do. The mode, the calculation of mode. Mode is again the same positional measurement only. There may be 2 or 3 modes in the same population or a sample. Okay, so mode is nothing but the repeated number. Okay, it is again a positional measure only. Now, these are the basic 3 types of central tendency, measures of central tendency. But with the average alone, we cannot come to a decision. Average will give you one information, that is the central value I told you. But you need to check the spread of the data. I will tell you one example. In the final year, students are appearing for an interview and it is a dream offer. Both the students born in the same day, both got the same percentage of mark, both are performed in the same level in the interview. Okay, there is nothing to accept one and no reason to reject one. So in such a case, what is the statistical technique you can use to filter? Okay, simple. You can check the consistency of the competitors. Okay, consistency in the sense you can check all the all the 6 semester performance, and you can come to a decision whether the person scored any low marks or any failures, then any other discrepancies. If you compute the average and if you find the distance between that average, then you will understand whether the performer is a consistent performer or a poor performer. Not poor performer, maybe the variability is high, we can say. Okay, for example, there are 2 salesperson, the target is same. Okay, one person with the help of any recommendation or whatever, he completed the entire 1 year target in a month. The other person is consistently doing the business and he also secured the same level of achievement. So to whom you will give the next level promotion? Okay, this is the condition. So one completed the task in a month, the other one completed the task consistently performing all the 12 months and secure the same position. Okay. In this case, whom you will select for next level promotion? Again, you have to check the consistency of the salesperson. Because if the person is sitting alone for 11 months, completing all the work in the first month itself, he will not be quiet and he will not do the work properly, and he never allow others to perform a proper business, right? So consistency is very important. Achievement is one thing, but consistency is very important. Like like if you compare Tendulkar and Dravid will stand and bat till last. Okay. Sachin Tendulkar, if he score, that will be very high. So it is just depend on the situation based on the researcher's opinion. But checking the variability and the consistency is very important to make decision in business and other some situations. Okay, critical situations we can say. It is a sport, then it is fine. But in the real time in business, we cannot just like that. We can take chance. Okay, that is why we are using the other measurement called dispersion. Dispersion is nothing but checking the distance or checking the spread of data in a particular field. Okay, so from its mean, how it is distributed, that is each and every data is distributed from its mean. That is the idea of the measurement of dispersion. Go to slide number 82. So, slide number 82, dispersion refers to the variation of the items among themselves around an average. Greater the variation amongst different items of series, the more will be the dispersion. As per Bowley, dispersion is the measure of the variation of the items. So, measuring the variation or checking the spread of data is also very important, because testing the consistency or the variability among the data set is very important in a statistical analysis. So, under dispersion, we have 5 measures, that is range, interquartile range. Go to slide number 84. Range, interquartile range, mean deviation, standard deviation. So these are the 4 measurements. The coefficient of variation is nothing but the formula. Okay. So range, again, if you want to measure the range, you need to have complete data set, and if there is a fluctuation, then the range measurement will not help you. So range is applicable if the sample size is very less and there is no fluctuation. So if the data has any missing value or fluctuation, then what is the other analysis you can do? Interquartile range and quartile deviation. So interquartile range is nothing but you need to arrange the data again into order, sorting the data, discarding the first 25 and the last 25 percentile and taking only the middle 50. Okay. So from 25th percentile to 75th percentile, we used to call this as Q1 and Q3, quartile 1 and quartile 3. 25th percentile and 75th percentile, the difference is quartile deviation Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. So that is also a not good measure, because we are simply discarding all the data. We are just considering only 2 positions. Okay. So the other measurement we use is the mean deviation. Here also there is one drawback. We never consider the positive or negative difference. We just take modulus. In the formula, we take modulus. So modulus means you are rounding off the difference. So that is also not a good measure. That is why we are going for the standard deviation calculation. Okay. So among the dispersion, standard deviation is the best measure. Now you come to box plot. So slide number 57. If you check the graph, so whenever you do outlier detection, normally that output shows this graph only. Now you will understand what is the meaning behind this. There is one box and the whiskers, மீச மாதிரி இருக்கும் பாருங்க, அதான் விஸ்கர். ஓகே, விஸ்கர்னா மீச தான். ஸோ பாக்ஸ் விஸ்கர் இருக்கு, அந்த பாக்ஸ்ல நடுவில் ஒரு ஸ்பிளிட் அப் இருக்கு இல்லையா, ஒரு லைன், தட் இஸ் த மீடியன். ஓகே, த மிட் பாயிண்ட் இஸ் த மீடியன் அண்ட் the minimum value is the 0th percentile and maximum value is the 100th percentile, and the first quartile is nothing but the 25th percentile Q1. Median is nothing but the 50th percentile Q2, and third quartile is Q3, that is the 75th percentile. Okay, and the maximum value is 100th percentile. So 75 to 100, that is the whisker. Okay, 0 to 25th percentile, that is the whisker. Okay, so box plot is also known as whisker box plot, is a method for graphically depicting groups of numerical data through their quartiles. A box plot represents a lot of information in a complete and compact manner. Basic form of box plot shows median value, the quartile and the maximum minimum value, and the simple and multiple vectors of numerical column, okay, of a data frame can be used to form box plot. So finally, after computing this box plot, when you are doing outlier detection, the data will be spreaded across. Okay, with the help of... Yes, ma'am.
In another few minutes, we'll stop, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because it's time.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
So this is the idea behind this graphical representation. This graph can be used for a ratio data. Now come to the next one. Already we discussed about the mean and the measures of central tendency and dispersion. Now the computation of the coefficient of variation, slide number 93. So the formula is coefficient of variation sigma by x bar into 100. So it will give you the consistency, the percentage of consistency it will give. Coefficient of variation. So if the value, the output is very less, the data is consistent. If the output is very high, the percentage is very high, then the data is variable. The variability is high. Now come to the next one, skewness. So not only the central tendency and dispersion will help you to make decision, you need to do the skewness and kurtosis also for the data set. That is also very important when you are making decision. So skewness is nothing but the shape, to understand the shape of the distribution. So if it is symmetrical or asymmetrical, you can usually understand with the help of this. You just see all the slides. So if the data is normally distributed, all your mean median mode lies in the same point. If it is skewed positively or negatively, then this is the condition. And the next is kurtosis. Kurtosis is nothing but the peakedness of the data. So you can easily understand when some teachers evaluate the paper, you will get a leptokurtic. When some other teacher, when they evaluate the paper, you may get a mesokurtic. And if a very strict teacher evaluates the paper, you will get a plotikurtic graph. Okay. So checking the Pickedness is very important. That is why we are doing this kurtosis. The analysis is given here. So these are, go to the slide number 104. We are completing the session. Just slide number 104. Slide number. The nature of data, the key focus and the examples of data are given. And 105 also you check. So these are the possible test and analysis I have given for quantitative and qualitative data. So just go through it once. Okay, so to do a proper statistical analysis, you should have the fundamental idea. You should know the fundamentals of the data types. So with the help of that only, you can further do the inferential statistics as you like according to your research. Okay, so if you have any questions, please raise your question. We'll meet in some other session.
Rita ma'am, very nice presentation, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very, very simply you explained all the required features of statistical analysis. And in our college, we are doing the month value presentations and value-based activities in our college. And our principal is saying to publish a research article on this based on a statistical survey to find out how it is impacting in student life, the value-based activities in college. And now to perform this analysis, how the questionnaire can be designed, ma'am? Different experts who can design the questionnaire, ma'am? Expert team, I'm asking. Who can design the questionnaire for us?
Ma'am, questionnaire your IQAC will can do.
IQAC can prepare.
Yeah, because normally they collect feedback, no, ma'am. So
okay.
Okay.
So around 4,000 students are there. So how many students can participate in survey? Sample.
Ma'am, you are regularly conducting the activities, no? So
yes,
for first activity, you consider the final year students. For the second activity, consider the second year students. For the third activity, continue with the first year students.
So from different groups.
Yes, ma'am.
Different samples.
Population study, it is fine. But if you are not having enough time, all of them you can consider. It is like quota sample consider, right?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, Ms. Nagalakshmi CS, ma'am has raised her hand.
Ma'am, please, ma'am.
Nagalakshmi, ma'am, would you like to have a question or should we proceed with the next two?
Adi ma'am, you can post the feedback link, ma'am.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Ma'am, in the YouTube,
I will post, ma'am. I will post.
I'll post that. One student has asked a question, ma'am. Generally, before that, which is the best statistical analysis for plant samples? That is one question. The same person has asked, generally will do LSD, any other method is there? She has asked a question in YouTube.
So Latin square design, she is asking, I think. Latin square design is, again, the last step of the inferential statistics only. So you should know what type of data you are handling. So plant means your data must be very less in number, right? It is experimental data. I hope so. So Use a Aggress software to have better output, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Only one student has asked in YouTube. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Many have shared their appreciation towards your presentation, ma'am. We have nice positive comments on the YouTube, and we have around 350 to 400 participants on the YouTube, and on the G platform we have around 100 without calculating the population, floating population. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, should we wait for some more questions, or shall we wind up? Nagalakshmi, ma'am, still yours is on hand raise.
I think by mistake she has raised her hand.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Another one thing for Rita, ma'am. Ma'am, participants are asking for your presentation. So if you give permission, maybe we can post it in the WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group for the participants. We can post it.
Sure, ma'am. Please share, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Abhi ma'am, post the feedback link in
Yes,
YouTube.
ma'am, already I have posted. Yes, ma'am. In both the sessions, I have posted. In Gmeet as well as in the YouTube, I have posted.
Yes. Participants, feedback link will not be posted in WhatsApp group. Only here it is posted. Please don't circulate. Only you fill the form. Don't circulate the feedback form in any other forum, please.
Yeah, ma'am, somebody is asking to post the feedback link again. So, yeah, we will surely post it here on the Gmeet, also on the YouTube again. Once again, you can please make use of it.
Yeah,
as
ma'am,
we have
post
come,
it again, ma'am.
So as we have come to the end of the day, with joy and pleasure, we really thank Rita ma'am for the wonderful presentation. A quick presentation with a lot of data. May I now request Dr. Kanimori, KB, Assistant Professor of Tamil, Auxilium College, to present the vote of thanks.
நானிலம் போற்றி நல்லோருக்கு நன்றி சொல்வது நம் கடமை.
1 minute, ma'am. Sorry for disturbing, Kani ma'am.
Yes.
Participants, please do not leave the call. Means stay back for a photo. Or before vote of thanks, shall we have? Please, can you open your videos for a photo session? Rita ma'am, can you please?
Yes, ma'am.
Participants, please. Thank you, thank you. Possibly everybody. We can just go for a yeah.
Vidya ma'am?
Yes. 1 minute. One minute. I think I've taken. Please. Yes, ma'am. Kani ma'am, please continue, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
நானிலம் போற்றும் நல்லோருக்கு நன்றி சொல்வது நம் கடமை. அந்த வகையில் வேலூர் அக்ஸிலியம் கல்லூரி ஆராய்ச்சி நெறிமுறை அறிவுசார் காப்புரிமை குழு மற்றும் நார்த் ஈஸ்ட் இன்ஸ்டிடியூட் ஆஃப் சோசியல் சயின்ஸ் ரிசர்ச் நாகாலாந்து இணைந்து 5 நாள் தேசிய அளவில் இணைய வழியாக நடத்தும் ஆசிரியர் திறன் மேம்பாட்டு பயிற்சிக்கு வருகை புரிந்துள்ள உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என் இனிய மாலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். இம்முதல் நாள் நிகழ்விற்கு சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக வருகை புரிந்து நாம் கணினியில் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய அனைத்துமே டேட்டா தான். ஆனால் டேட்டாவில் எவ்வகையான வேல்யூ உள்ளது என்பதை பிரித்து காட்டுவதே டேட்டா டைப் ஆகும் என்றும் அதற்கான பல்வேறு தரவு வகைகளையும் விளக்கமான புள்ளி விவரங்களையும் எடுத்துரைத்து சிறப்பானதொரு உரையாற்றிய நம் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் டாக்டர் எஸ் ரீட்டா, புள்ளியியல் துறை தலைவர் மற்றும் பேராசிரியர், பெரியார் பல்கலைக்கழகம் சேலம் அவர்களுக்கு எம் கல்லூரி சார்பாகவும் இணைய வழியாக இணைந்துள்ள அனைவரின் சார்பாகவும் மனமார்ந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். மற்றும் ஆசிரியர் திறன் மேம்பாட்டு பயிற்சி சிறப்பாக நடைபெறுவதற்கு உறுதுணையாக இருந்து ஊக்கப்படுத்திய எம் கல்லூரி செயலர் முனைவர் அருட்சகோதரி மேரி ஜோஸ்பின் ராணி அவர்களுக்கும், கல்லூரி முதல்வர் முனைவர் அருட்சகோதரி ஆரோக்கிய ஜெயசீலி அவர்களுக்கும், துணை முதல்வர் முனைவர் அருட்சகோதரி அமலா வளர்மதி அவர்களுக்கும் என் உளமார்ந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். இவ்வளவு நேரம் பொறுமையாக இருந்து கருத்துக்களை செவிமடுத்த ஆக்சிலியம் கல்லூரி மற்றும் பிற கல்லூரி சார்ந்த துறை தலைவர்கள், பேராசிரியர்கள் மற்றும் முனைவர் பட்ட ஆய்வாளர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என் நெஞ்சார்ந்த நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். இப்பயிற்சி சிறப்பாக நடைபெறுவதற்கு முழு ஒத்துழைப்பு நல்கிய ஆக்சிலியம் கல்லூரி ஆராய்ச்சி குழு உறுப்பினர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் நன்றிகள் பல. அனைத்து நல்லுள்ளங்களுக்கும் மீண்டும் ஒரு முறை நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. இது யூடியூப் லிங்க் போஸ்ட் பண்ணல சொல்றாங்க.
மேம் வேற யாராவது ஒரு தடவை போடுங்களேன். ஏன்னா நான் நிறைய தடவை போஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். மேபி வேற யாராவது ஒரு
மேம் நானும் போஸ்ட் பண்ணேன். யூடியூப்ல நானும்
Thank you all of you. If you haven't, maybe Descriptive finish your feedback and leave.
Thank you, auntie. Sisters, எல்லாத்துக்கும் thank you பண்ணிடு.
கவிதா மேம்,
Thank you, ma'am.
லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீமிங் இன்னும் 15 minutes live streaming, let it be for another 15 minutes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
மேம்
ma'am.
யூடியூப்ல ஏன் தெரியல, அது வரவே மாட்டேங்குது. யாரும் எல்லாருமே லிங்க் இல்லன்னு கேக்குறாங்க. பட் போட்டுட்டோம் நம்ம. நான் நிறைய தடவை போட்டுட்டேன். ஆனா அது விசிபிளா இல்ல போல இருக்கு. அது ஏதாவது மாத்தணுமா?
பாக்குறேன் மேம்.
அபி மேம், நானும் போஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்கேன்.
ஆனா அது தெரியலங்கிறாங்களே மேம். யாருக்கும் விசிபிளா இல்லங்கிறாங்களே.
ஒரு நிமிஷம் இருங்க, நான் பப்ளிக்ல போடுறேன்.
எஸ் மேம், அதான் இருக்கும். ஏன்னா நிறைய பேர் வரலன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க.
அவங்க திரும்ப திரும்ப போட்டுட்டு இருக்காங்க.
எஸ் மேம், எஸ் மேம்.
மேம் அந்த யூடியூபோட கீழே வந்து அந்த செட்டிங்ஸ்ல போயிட்டு பப்ளிக்னு கொடுக்கணும். அப்புறம் அது கீழே ஒரு பாக்ஸ் இருக்கும், அங்கே கொடுத்தோன்னா நமக்கு உங்களுக்கு ஃபீட்பேக் போகும் மேம். ஐ மீன் அந்த ஹோஸ்டோட இது போகும்.
தேங்க்யூ ஜெசிந்தா மேம். கவிதா மேம் ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
எஸ் மேம், எஸ் மேம்.
Now you checked it is visible.
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am, it has come.
Okay.
Twice it has come. Yes.
நீங்க போட்டது விசிபிள் ஆகுதுப்பா. நாங்க
Yes.
மேம் யூடியூப் சேனல்ல ஃபீட்பேக் போஸ்ட் ஆயிடுச்சா மேம்?
ஆயிடுச்சு. இப்ப கவிதா மேம் போட்ட உடனே வருதுப்பா. நம்ம
ஓகே, நான் போட்டது விசிபிளா இல்ல மேம்.
இல்ல அதுதான் நீங்க போடுறது. நான் போடுறது
இல்ல மேம். இப்போ நீங்க போட்டீங்கன்னா, இப்போ நீங்க போட்டா கூட வரும் மேம்.
கவிதா மேம் வருது.
வருது கவிதா மேம். ஏன் மேம் அது நம்ம அப்படி போட்டது வர மாட்டேங்குது?
பிரைவேட்ல வச்சிருந்தேன், பப்ளிக்ல வச்சிருக்கேன். இப்போ
இல்ல மத்தவங்களோட இது ஃபீட்பேக், சாரி மத்தவங்களோட சாட்ஸ் நமக்கு தெரியுது இல்லையா? மேபி அது ஏன்
இப்போ போஸ்ட் பண்ணி பாருங்க
மேம். ரிசீவ்ட் மேம் in YouTube live streaming.
வந்துச்சு.
இப்போ வருது இல்லையா?
வருது.
Those who are in Gmeet also they got it, no ma'am?
Yes pa, yes Gmeetலயும் போட்டுருக்கோம்.
Yes ma'am. We'll wait for another few minutes ma'am. மீட் எக்ஸிட் பண்ணா லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீமிங் ஆஃப் ஆயிடுமா மேம்?
ஆமாங்க மேம், அது ஸ்கிரீன் போயிடும் மேம்.
Okay.
Google Meet. The participants, if you wish, you can leave. Participants, you fill in the feedback form. Participants can leave.
Filling the feedback form, they can leave.
Participants, fill the feedback form carefully. Give your details correctly as you expect in the certificate. Participants,
Ma'am, Mr. Balakrishnan has asked for, please share the feedback again. It is not opening.
Actually, just now they joined.
Abhi ma'am, share it again.
Okay. Sir, it is shared. You can take it, sir. என்ன உஷார் பாரு.
Participants, you can leave.
Kavita ma'am. Kavita ma'am.
வர மேம். எஸ் மேம். மேம் சொல்லுங்க மேம்.
Yes, ma'am.
அபி மேம்.
Ma'am, சொல்லுங்க மேம்.
இல்ல இந்த லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீமிங் ஸ்டாட்டிஸ்டிக்ஸ் வந்து எடுத்து வச்சுக்கோங்க, ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட் எவ்வளவு பேர் வியூ பண்ணிருக்காங்க,
இப்பதான் எடுத்தேன் மேம் நானு.
சரி.
Just now I took it ma'am.
சரி.
குரூப்லயும் போட் 1000
something views இருக்குல்ல, so that means
37 views.
yes.
நான் ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கேன் மேம்.
அதுதான்ப்பா. சரி. இல்ல நமக்கு அப்புறமா
நமக்கு எல்லாமே ரெக்கார்டிங் இருக்குல்ல மேம்.
ஓகே
1 hour ரெக்கார்டிங் இப்ப வரைக்கும் ரெக்கார்ட் ஆயிட்டு தான் இருக்கு.
சரி.
Sabar ma'am, Abhi ma'am, Vidya ma'am. Okay, thank you ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Kani ma'am.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Kani ma'am.
Kavita ma'am.
இருக்காங்க மேம், இது ஒர்க்கா இருக்காங்க.
மேம்
சொல்லுங்க மேம்.
எப்படி ஸ்ட்ரீம் ஆஃப் பண்ணிடலாமா
மேம் ஸ்ட்ரீமிங் ஆஃப் பண்ணிடலாமா மேம்?
எஸ் மேம், முடிச்சிட்டோம்.
ஆமா மேம், போதும்ல மேம்.
எஸ் மேம், முடிச்சிடலாம் மேம்.
Yes ma'am. Thank you ma'am.
Okay, now I will
Thank you ma'am.
Okay,
Kavita
Ma'am,
ma'am,
thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
Abhi ma'am, thank you. Vidya ma'am, thank you.
Yes ma'am, thank you.
Ma'am, for tomorrow
Thank you,
program
ma'am.
also, for
Kanimari ma'am, thank you.
hello ma'am.
Thank you ma'am, all of you.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much, ma'am. Thank you all of you. Good night.
Yes ma'am.
For tomorrow program also, for safer side, we can have the PPT. யாராவது ஒருத்தர் வாங்கி வச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும்.
Ma'am, we'll
அதான் ஷேர்
discuss.
பண்ணிருக்காங்க மேம்.
Ma'am, YouTube
Ma'am, அது
streaming we can
இருக்கு,
stop,
வித்யா
ma'am.
மேம் கிட்டயும் இருக்கு. குரூப்ல போட்டுடவா மேம்?
இல்ல
அதான் ஷேர் பண்ண சொல்லிட்டாங்களே மேம்.
ஆமா.
I am not telling today's session ma'am, for tomorrow session, for safer
Ma'am, we can
Yes
ma'am,
ma'am.
disconnect the YouTube channel, ma'am. Disconnect the YouTube channel, then we can.
Yes ma'am. Kindly share it in the FDP group ma'am. PPT. Resource person is willing